What is good, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to another pickups video. I've been meaning to do a video about the shoes I've picked up recently. I'll be talking about 3 shoes in this video and actually even a bonus one at the end. And one of the shoes in this video was actually one of my absolute must cops of the year. So without further ado, let's get into the pickups. So the first pair I want to talk about is right in this box. It is a Nike SB. And for these shoes, I did something that I very rarely do, which is actually pay resale for these. But they're so nice, I just had to. It is the Nike SB Dunk Low Yuto Horigome Matcha colorway. The good news is that resale wasn't too bad. I only ended up paying $180 for this, which is around $50 above retail, which I'm okay with. I'm not mad at that price because I had my eye on these for a while. This is the second pair of Yuto Horigome's collab with Nike SB, and in my honest opinion, this is the best one we've seen so far from him. I've also heard from a lot of people online that the materials used, the quality of this pair is actually much better than the first one. We got this really nice khaki colored suede being used on the toe box, and then along the mudguard you have this nubuck material, which is done I guess in this matcha color, and you have this speckled pattern on it. And I have to say, just feeling this nubuck, wow, it feels really nice and soft. On the mid panel here, you once again have that khaki color, although the suede on here is a bit more rough than the other parts of the shoe. And you can also see this very subtle pattern on that suede. And on top of that, you have this dark green colored swoosh, which is made out of some pretty smooth leather. Lots of little details on the shoe, like for example, on the heel, you have Yuto Horigome's family crest on there. You'll also notice that the lace hole on the top of the shoe, this is actually made to look like the grinder that is being used to grind up the tea leaves, which are used for matcha. And on the back of the shoe, on the top of the heel panel, you have what is supposed to represent bamboo, or I'm not actually sure if it's made of bamboo, but the bamboo material is on there to represent the whisk that you need to really make your matcha. And the reason I know this, by the way, is because my wife is the biggest matcha drinker I know, and she's been doing it for years. I know right now on TikTok it's like super trendy to drink matcha. The inner lining of the shoe has some super soft suede, like they definitely went pretty premium with the materials here on the shoe. And then also you get different lacing options. The standard ones that come with it are the green ones. You also get some cream SB rope laces, but my favorite by far are these light pink laces, which I immediately threw on. That contrast is just so nice with the green, and I think just elevates the shoe, makes it look way better. Love that they threw those laces in with this pair. It's one of my favorite parts about the shoe. And for sizing on this, I went with my usual Nike SB size, which is a half size up from my true size. So I got these in an 11.5. SB Dunks have never really fit me perfectly, I would say. So definitely it's a bit long in the toe box area, but that's to be expected. I went a half size up in them. But from a width perspective, it's just fine. Whenever I go true to size in SBs, I simply can't wear them. And that's because the tongue on this pair is a lot fatter. So I got them a half size up. They feel great and they just look great. They pop so well on feet. I think this is a great summertime colorway. Throw them on with some cream colored pants, with some blue jeans, with some jorts even. I think this is just gonna work. I am very excited to wear these shoes. I'm gonna be going on a trip in a couple of weeks, so I'll be definitely taking these. This shoe actually made me once again really excited about SB Dunks, and that hasn't happened for a while. So yeah, very happy to finally get a pair of SB Dunks that I really wanted. All right, moving on to the next pair in this video. Y'all recognize the box. This is the latest pair between Travis Scott and Nike, and it is on his signature model, the Jumpman Jack. And this is even the first time I have managed to get this model in hand. I wasn't like too mad at this model, but definitely having it in hand, I appreciate it a lot more. I think it actually is quite a good looking shoe. And this is the bright Cactus colorway, which I know a lot of people are saying are the worst colorway we've seen so far on this model. And to be honest, I think that's pretty fair. My favorite colorway so far was that brown and black one. I forgot the official name of it, but those are pretty fire. This pair right here, bright Cactus, I know it's definitely not for everyone. You have this very loud Volt color, which is on the canvas panels of the shoe. So that's on the toe box and the mid panel, that's made out of canvas. The model itself actually reminds me a lot of the Nike Air Trainer. The leather that they've used on the sail colored parts of the shoe actually is some very nice soft tumble leather. On the strap here, I'm not exactly sure what that symbol is, but it is embroidered onto the shoe. The strap itself, actually there is a bit of functional use here because when I wore these, I definitely could feel that the shoes got a lot tighter when you tighten the strap. And the reverse swoosh on the pair is actually made out of suede. I incorrectly said when I dropped a reel about the shoe, I actually said that the swoosh was made out of felt. But I'm wrong. Definitely after feeling it a few more times, I realized it's actually a pretty soft suede that they use and it's not felt. You also get lots of extra laces with this pair. And having a look at the bottom of the shoe where you see that Jack signature, the shoes actually do come with a warning label which says that this print right here, the Jack, it is gonna fade over time the more you wear it. I was excited to see how these feel on feet, so I got them in my true size, and definitely they are what I would describe as a long shoe. There's definitely quite a bit of room in the toe box, so I do think that if you have narrow feet, you can definitely go down half a size in this pair. In my case, I would describe my feet as being slightly on the wide side, so I would stay with my true size because from a width perspective, they fit perfect, and for me, that's like one of the most important things about wearing a shoe. I can handle a bit of extra room in the toe, but definitely if the width is too tight, I just cannot wear them. So it's really up to you. If you really want that snug fit, then go half size down. For wide footers, I would definitely say go true to size. I also try to challenge myself on how I would style a pair like this. And I kind of took inspiration from Travis Scott himself. He normally is always wearing these very earth tonal colors. And that's what I went for in this outfit. And I actually think this shoe looks great when you pair it with some black cargos. In this case, I'm wearing some parachute pants from Uniqlo. And I think the shoes look pretty great paired with these pants. But let me know in the comments, what do you guys actually think about this pair? And not just this colorway, if you have other colorways of this shoe, let me know what's your thoughts on this model. Okay, so I got a couple of more shoes to talk about. The next pair is from Asics, and it's, in my opinion, one of the best Asics shoes to drop this year. It's the collab between Story MFG and Asics on the Gel Venture 6. And I have the shoes right here, and wow, they look great in person. So I have to be honest, I am quite a big fan of this brand, Story MFG. This is a brand that is based out of London, but they do all of their production in India using local artisans. They only use natural dyes as well, and in my opinion, they make some of the most beautiful fashion pieces you can buy right now. And I thought it was just really cool that they got a collab with Asics, and I actually really love the promotional campaign for these shoes where they actually did in fact use some of those artisans in the imagery. It came in 2 different colors, but definitely I wanted this brown pair more. What sets this shoe apart is of course the gingham pattern you can see on all of the different panels, and it was inspired by countryside tablecloths and patchwork, which kind of gives it a handcrafted feel, and I think that goes really well with Story MFG's brand. And of course, I love the laces that come with this pair. You get these thick flat laces which have that same brown gingham pattern, but they do additionally come with some white laces if you want to switch these out. I didn't actually expect these shoes to sell out, but they did, and they are actually even going for a bit of resale right now. In terms of fit, the Gel Venture 6 for me fits true to size, which is kind of unusual for me because in most Asics models I actually fit a half size up. So I fit a half size up in the Gel Kayano 14s, the Gel NYCs as well. But these shoes, they're very wide foot friendly. I think you can easily go with your true size in these for the perfect fit. And also I might add, this particular shoe, the Gel Venture 6, it is very, very comfortable. It does give you that walking on clouds type of feeling. Try these on, you'll love them. They feel amazing on feet. And now the last shoe, the bonus shoe that I want to talk about, I guarantee you out of all of the sneaker YouTubers you watch, my channel is probably going to be the only place where you see a review of this shoe. But I thought they just looked so awesome and they were worth your attention. The Puma Aries collab on the Mostro archive. I mean, just have a look at these. Have you ever seen any Puma shoe like this? Of course, what drew me to this shoe was the way that the Puma form strip looks on the shoe. You know, that very clean form strip that you see on a lot of the Puma models. The way that they've done it on this pair is just so cool. They have twisted and stitched the leather and suede on the side of the shoe to form that strip. And to me, it kind of looks like there's a fossil on the side of the shoe. Really, really cool design. Also really nice, very soft materials on this. You also get this iridescent finish along different panels on the shoe. And oh, by the way, if you weren't feeling this model, they also released in this mahogany red colorway, which I'm starting to think I actually like that colorway better. Don't sleep on these. Not very often that you get such cool looking shoes from Puma. One of my followers told me this, by the way, that Mostro means monster in Italian. And that's kind of what this shoe looks like. I mean, especially with that spiky midsole too. On on feet for sizing, in case you guys were interested, go with your true size to the perfect fit. I actually think surprisingly these shoes are kind of wide foot friendly as well. Only thing to keep in mind for those of you in Europe especially, a US size 11 in Puma sizing is actually a 44.5 and not a 45 like it is with other brands. And that's about it for this pickups video. Let me know in the comments which was your favorite shoe that I talked about in this video. I honestly just appreciate if you even took the time to click and watch this video. Anyone who does that, thank you so much. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram. That's where I'm posting content on my stories daily, and it's the best place to contact me. And I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace.